Someone has asked me whether I think it would be wrong to show The Passion of the Christ, that's the Mel Gibson film about the crucifixion, to an 11-year-old girl because of the violence. And they've also asked what I think the best Jesus movie is. Um, yeah, I think it would be wrong in most cases. I guess it would depend on the 11-year-old girl, but that is a very graphic film, and it's very aggressive. It may be overly so. I mean, some have suggested that Gibson went beyond what would have actually taken place in that kind of a setting, particularly with the scourging. And the rest of it is done so deftly and artfully as from a directorial perspective that it has a powerful emotional impact, which I think is appropriate to a degree, but I think it might be too much for an 11-year-old. So the other question is then what do I think is the best film? I think that this particular film, The Passion of the Christ, is among the best, at least to give you a slice of Jesus' life. Probably the single best film I would recommend is the film Jesus of Nazareth, which was made 25 years ago. And it's very well done on a number of different levels. Some of the theology is compromised, but and I don't personally like the depiction of Jesus as he kind of goes into zombie states and power goes out from him. I just don't think that. I think that's Hollywood. I don't think that's history. However, there is a certain down-to-earthness and affability of the characterization of Jesus in that film that is very appealing, and I think is very instructive. In fact, I saw this movie not too long ago, I think around Easter time this year, and was instructed and encouraged and spiritually fed from the process, from filming it, from watching it. So I could recommend that. There's also the Jesus film, which is all scripture, no speculation. It comes from the Gospel of Luke. I've only seen it once, and it's a long time ago. It does have the advantage of being all scripture, so there is no editorializing, as it were, but that sometimes is a liability, because when your pastor goes to explain scripture, he doesn't just read scripture, he embellishes to give the sense of it, and sometimes that's helpful in a film to see the embellishment so people get the sense of it, but it's also a liability because maybe they're giving in the embellishment the wrong sense. So you might consider the Jesus film, and but that's the Gospel of Luke. So those are my recommendations.